Hi,
Hello.
it's Maneka and Kristopher.
Hello.
So today in our second podcast, Sovereign Free Life, we really hope you enjoy it and share if you do and like, because we want to spread the message of sovereignty and freedom to you. Today we're going to talk about time freedom and what is actually time and how is it connected to income and money and what decisions do we make around these areas. And yeah, we
Definitely.
were 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, actually, we were at a place where these things were lacking. Like our time was lacking, the finances. We had good finances, but they came in, paid the bills, went out, as fast as they came in. Yeah. Would you like to just describe what the life was like back then?
Total chaos. That's how I remember it. And
Mm,
we were entrepreneurs. We are still entrepreneurs, but we're trying to get everything to come together for us. But
mm,
it's always a balance between, do I work 2 or 3 more hours per day to get those more funds, but you sacrifice that to not be with the family. So we were doing that, front and forward. And I was mostly the one who was working more, and you were with the kids. So, but
yeah,
in the end,
you could work like 12-hour shifts, like you
oh
were.
yeah, 12-hour shifts were really common back then
Yeah.
because I was in the transportation business, and yeah, 12 hours were kind of like standard
Mm. Like
back
he
then.
would be gone. When I woke up with the kids in the morning, he was already gone. Like you woke up like 5 o'clock in the morning or something,
Yeah.
didn't you? And then when we woke up, we were gone. So we didn't even see Christopher for the whole day in the family.
Yeah.
And then you would come home. When would you come home? Like 6 o'clock, something.
Yeah, in the nights. Yeah.
And then you would be completely exhausted.
And sometimes because I had like a transportation business that delivered a restaurant, like foods and stuff for people. And that business was mostly in the nights between 5 and 10 in the night. So if I had a problem or something appearing, I had to, put put my shoes on again and
Urgently just go out
just go and
fix
work
it.
again. So
Yeah.
there's not like when you're an entrepreneur, it's not fixed. Something always happens, and we had around 15 employees at the time, and 8 of them were full-time and the rest were part-time. So there's also a lot of paperwork to be done, when you're an entrepreneur. If you're looking at this and you're an entrepreneur, you know exactly what I mean. That to make it work, you don't have any time. You don't have any time. So anyway, we came to a line in the sand moment. Could
Yeah,
you tell us about that?
I mean, why we're talking about time, like what is time? It's actually life. It's your life moving past. And it's serious business in a way, because so many people are, you're indoctrinated in a way so that you should like just waste your time. You should just spend your time on something that actually doesn't give back to you. It's almost like being in a bad relationship where you just give and give and give and you get nothing back, but you're kind of indoctrinated that you should stay. I was in that, long time ago. And you think, oh, it's going to get better. It's soon going to get better. Oh, it's soon something's going to change. Or I'm going to get a breakthrough. I'm going to get a raise. Or being an entrepreneur, we thought that we would build up, some funds, but it was just like being an employee, but less time even, like the responsibility of having like employees and cars and something would always happen when you thought you kind of built something up. Then there would be like a tax, some mistake, we had to pay lots of tax, or some car broke down, or something always happens where it's it's not the way. Like we found it's not the way. We had this line in the sand moment where I remember we talked like, this isn't working. Like we're not moving forward. We're just kind of wasting our life, honestly, wasting our time. So first of all, you got to kind of admit the situation, right? It's almost like an addiction, like it's almost like you're addicted to the idea of you being a good citizen, a good to your mother and father or to your friends, or you have this image, wow, look, like we had this big villa and a pool and motorcycles, oh, everything looks so
everything
good.
owned by the bank, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Like it wasn't even ours. Like it was a fake life, guys. And we just came to this point where like, no, we can't fake it any longer. Like we can't. I was like almost burnt out. You were almost burnt out. And of course,
We were burnt out.
Yeah, we were burnt out. And out of that, does that create a good relationship? Like, fighting about money, fighting about like my time, your time. No, you're egoistic. You're just doing this for yourself. Yeah, he was trying to survive, like, and I was trying to survive, and that's not a good like base for any kind of thriving, happy life. Like,
no, but really, I think when you have that line in the sand moment, you somehow you cry out to the universe. I don't know if you're looking at this and believe in manifestations and stuff, but if you look at the richest people in the world, they talk about manifesting and what your thoughts and how you think about money and struggle. And we were definitely in kind of a survival mode around money. I think in that mode, you're just creating, like when you have money, something happens, so those extra money just disappear. We saw this
putting out fires.
Yeah, we just saw this pattern all the time, and we said in a couple of years we're going to be dead. And we had like youngsters, kids also, so we want to be there for them. And I was like so overweight, and yeah, things were just not like working for us. So so one time we had some money saved up, like $10,000, and you found this amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And that was like 3 weeks after the cry out to the universe, where we even said to each other like, no, we need another way. Like we need to pave another way out of this. We can't stay here. Then this opportunity appeared, and I really believe that, like, actually working 4.5 years now with like top manifestation work in the world, you can see like it completely works. Like what you ask for will be given. And maybe this is you watching this is, the universe kind of hinting you, okay, there's something to be given to you here. Just like it was given to us, it can be passed on and passed on. So we were given this opportunity, and actually we saw it instantly, which is also another kind of crucial thing. Like, how do you make your decisions? Like, if something that is new, that is, maybe you don't understand everything, maybe old suspicions come up, or if something is new, are you open to actually see that path? Because I believe also a lot of the manifestation work is kind of programming your mind to actually see the opportunities when they come up, and make the decision to actually spend your valuable time. If you can spend your time like 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day on work that is not taking you anywhere in the long term, you might have, enjoy it, some of it, but it's not building a long-term plan. It's not taking you out of stress. It's not taking you to the next level. Then you can spend 1 hour to look at a new opportunity. And that's like, for like, just thank God we did look at that. I remember like thinking back and forth, like, oh, is this something strange around this? Or what is this? And should I really spend like 1 hour to look at this? And I spent 1 hour to look at this, and I went to Kristopher and like, we need to do this, honey. This is our way out. Like, this is our next level. This is the new path we were asking for.
And I just thought, I was so sure it was just another black hole that we were going to shove money in. But you know,
he was a bit slower. Like, I was like, yeah.
But I trust my wife's intuition. You know, I've seen too much. She, you know, stuff that she just knows sometimes just made me convince me that when she came to me and wanted to take all our savings and put it here, I'm like, what the fuck, let's just do it, you know. But it paid off, like
quite well.
Quite like, yeah, almost like immediately our finances started to lift. And it's not about, you know, we think we need to find this magical thing or acquire some hidden knowledge that will make us earn, you know, so much money, you know. But if you look at people, you know, we have all the education in the world. Like, people have so much education. They are doctors, they are nurses, they have, you know, but most people, like 95% or even more of the people, earn so little that they almost can't make it through the, you know. So, but I mean, like, what is needed for you to actually go from like your annual salary that you have over the year to actually make that in a month? If we just can think of that as a possibility and be open to that, I think that's your first step to really accepting. Because even if we made so much money in the beginning, I distrusted it because I am brainwashed, you know. And I remember my father really put me to the wall and really scared me into, you know, you have to work, son. You really have to work hard in life. That was his, like, you know, his fears that were transferred over to me. So I had a lot of problem also accepting more wealth into my life. And I can honestly tell you, it's been like a several year process really to come into this new mindset that you can turn your annual income into a monthly income. And yeah, we've seen that over and over. Yeah.
No, and talking about time, I mean, the question that I guess as entrepreneurs, we knew also that if you want something to succeed, it's up to you. It's not going to be up to anyone else. You need to put the time and energy and effort into something for it to thrive. And that's what we did. So we put like at least 1-2 hours per day and time management, because like, okay, time is your life. And we're told you should get an education, then you work for all your life, and then you go into pension where you, like, honestly, you will not get nothing, at least in this system. And my father, who unfortunately passed away recently, got to know that he got 3,000 Swedish kronor per month. He'd worked as a doctor, you know, in his life, but he'd been his own entrepreneur. So it's like, when you see clearly first, like, okay, the system that we have now, there are lots of good things, lots of good people in there, but it's not the model that we want to put our trust in. Then you need to choose where you put your time. Do you put your time into that old model that there's so many like faults and malfunctions in it, or do you put just 1-2 hours per day that we did to build up another long-term plan? So during 1 year, we built this up, and then I could quit my job as a teacher. And, you know, if you can choose to work like a couple of hours per day and then spend the rest of your day just with your kids or doing your passion projects or being with the family, or if you spend 12 hours per day and you get even less, for me, that's like a logical thing. It's like, okay, it might be some struggle in the beginning to actually build a new model and understand it and work for it and, you know, understand the moving parts and put in the work and challenge yourself. But that's like with everything. If I went to university 4 years to become a teacher. I spent my time on that. Now, after 4 years in this business, yeah, we can make a year's salary as a teacher in 1 month. So it's like where you actually choose to put your time and what you choose to believe in and seriously put your effort into. It's not going to be like, oh, like what do you say? You see a lot of people that want to be served today, that are a bit curled, like, okay, but yeah, you do everything for me and like tell me what to do. You got to step into doing the work, but for yourself, like for the long term.
And you see also, if you go online and searching for like make money online, or have this side hustle, you will get like 95% will be maybe crypto project that
there is a lot of scam
that gives you promises you like, you put your money in here and it will just generate money for you forever. We've done that as well when we really just didn't want to do the job. Just we were lured in, not lured, but we took the
we made the
wrong decision just to put a lot of money into quick fix solutions that I think gives a bad rap to alternative income sources that are really good, that are serious
businesses.
Because we wanted to make money fast, and but when we did those mistakes after a few times, we just like, okay, we understand, we need to do the work, we need to learn a new trade, and that trade is to go out and be a promotion for, like, for example, a product, and really learn how to communicate that promotion online. And that is, as we, any other job, you learn a trade and you go apply it, right?
Exactly.
And it has given us, so much more back. And also like in the normal system, you're working for a salary, you work in 30 days, and after the last day, you get a salary, and then almost everything goes away to bills, food, whatever, and then you start over again.
These days, yeah.
And then you start over again. But if you're working with a vehicle, a system that allows you to, every hour you spend working on that business, every hour accumulates for you into the future. And will exponentially grow, you see? So instead of just wasting your time and just like go over and over again working as an employee somewhere, you really see that every effort that you put into this system, this business, comes back to you sooner or later. And it's never repeating itself. It's just like accumulating, and the wealth keeps growing. And that's the amazing thing about it.
Yeah.
So
it's just like a curve. Like, do you want to go like this, or do you want to go like this?
Yeah, and we have just started to, you see that, you see like the hockey stick. You see the income or the wealth has just like steadily gone like that. But we're just coming to the, the acceleration part, where we see that the bigger our business becomes, the more just comes back to us, and that is absolutely amazing to see. And the freedom we have.
But I think there's so many like emotions and fears and like prejudice around like money and time. It's like such, and I think it's because it's related to our survival, right? It's related to like putting food on the table, having a roof over your head. It's related to social status. It's related to so many things. And of course, there's a lot of fear indoctrinated around your time and so much pressure, just like you talked about your father, so much pressure from your family, from your friends, like, oh, otherwise you will die. Like, if you don't do this the ordinary way, like we've had so much of that. Like when you choose another path, you will get those kind of people that try to bring you down, or no, but like try to stay, keep you in the normie package, like what I call kind of half like slavery. And I think we need to address that as well, like all the because that's also what we went through. That's what we've gone through, all those mindset fears around this.
Yeah.
Where these models that actually do take you out of the matrix, that do take you out of the little box, or being stuck, or like I felt like I was in this glass box that I couldn't get out of. Like whatever I did, I just couldn't break through. And now we are through. Like now.
Yeah, we had those that time of like insecurity, not having the salary exactly, the 25th. So we had these fights when you was quitting your job. Even if we got like a year's salary into the account, I still had fears about not having a stable income. Job. And we had like a food fight, and the food were still in the ceiling after 3 years, because we have like a memory of that fight.
Yeah, and I was like, but it's not logical. I can't spend my time being a teacher when like I got like nothing compared to what I was getting on the online business like we built up. Like, and the thing is also that when we found this other path, it's so you do it in a community, you spend your time with amazing people, you do grow as a person. Like the personal development path is like you can throw away all the courses you've gone in, that all the retreats, whatever. Like here you have to implement all of that. Like it's a completely new level. So I was sitting there as a teacher, I was only thinking about this other business that I created, or that we created, but mostly me in the beginning, honestly, but you were there also. But I mean, so my energy was all there also. So the only thing I wanted to spend my time was that. And that's when we had that fight. But it was, yeah, I think you're very happy that we continued, that I did quit my job afterwards.
Yeah. So yeah, but so you can choose the safe way, and it's very predictable, and it you think it's predictable, but you don't even know in that world, right? Like you can lose your job, and that job can go bankrupt or whatever, and something can happen in that business that makes you have to quit that job or whatever. So there is really no security anyway. So I'm thinking, why not aim for something that can take you and give you time freedom, so you can actually do what you want in life? Because I think we have forgotten that we came here, we live like on a place, we come here, and it's so strange, and we have to live here and pay for being here, and we have models that just keeps us working and not living, because that's all, it's so crazy, really. So if you want to really have time freedom, you really have to look outside the box. And it's not about becoming like a millionaire or whatever. It's about having an effective model that can give you decent money for very little work, and also that you actually can work from home or wherever you are. Yeah. Like to be an affiliate network marketer is so amazing, because even to have an online business or whatever, that you have to build like you have to buy a lot of stuff to have like a warehouse, and you have to keep it there and whatever. Like, but just to promote other companies' products is so simple, because you just promote them, and the company just send them to whoever is buying it. So you are just using a computer and a phone to run your business, and you're working on yourself. The 3 components: work on yourself, have a phone, have a computer, and a bank account, and you're all good.
Now, yeah, now we sound a bit salesy, but we love this, right? Like, and I think a lot of people have a fear around that as well. Like, oh, do I need to sell anything? Like us, we're just speaking from the heart. If you know something that can solve people's problems, that can actually free them, like, why shouldn't we talk about it? Why shouldn't we? Like, that's what we're passionate about, to actually spread that to as many people as possible. Because, and then we can boil down to like how money and time, they are connected. And whatever you do for a living, you have to get food on the table, right?
Yeah.
And so that what we have done just in our life is to value our time and to find models where time is freed. So today that we can, we've traveled the world with our kids, that we went, road tripping on in the United States on the West Coast. We've been, in a caravan for 9 months, like traveling around Europe, around Scandinavia, like going up skiing together with the whole family, and just like, okay, should we stay like another 5 days? Like, yeah, let's do that. I'd love that, because we have phone and a computer with us. Yeah, just have to finish, because I mean, where we are at today, that is where we wanted to be, right? 4 years ago. Like, we have actually accomplished our time freedom fully. And that is worth, putting your time and energy into.
Yeah.
I would never go back. Like, I could never imagine like going back to that life like that we had.
No, I've been asked in the community here where we live if I want to work as a firefighter. It's kind of a honor. But for me, it's like totally useless. Even if I could start working as a firefighter, but I will do it for free, just for the sake of it being cool. You're a firefighter, yeah. Saving cats out of trees and stuff. Yeah. But it makes no sense for me to take a normal job, because it might sound salesy, whatever, but I think we honestly, from the heart, want others, to have that kind of stress-free environment, not just, there's no stress. You go up when you want. Okay, we take the kids to school or whatever, but we do what we want whenever we want. I can go train. I do my workouts whenever I want. And I'm 44 years old now. I haven't been fit like this since ever. And that, I think, comes from being able to have a stress-free environment and respect your own time. I have time to read about fitness. I have time to actually do fitness. So it's worth everything. So it's not about money, it's about acquiring your time, getting your time back, because that's much more valuable than money.
And just maybe ask yourself, like, what you would do with your time if you would free it up. Like, for me, I've chosen to put a lot of my time on international work, on actually creating a better future for our kids, and stepping up into international leadership roles, and leading a lot of work around our fundamental freedoms and rights, and protection of our kids and indigenous people and nature, working against toxins and water quality, because that's my passion, and that's also the uniqueness when you free more and more people, when more and more people's time is free, more and more people can actually go out and like take care of their health, or inspire others, or do work for the world, or just be with your family and your kids. Like, what is more valuable than freeing more and more families, so that you can reduce the stress levels, so that the kids get their parents back, so that families are not just stressed, so that you can give your children beautiful experiences like we have been able to do. Just like when our kids have the birthday, like our son that just turned 8, and at the end of the day he was just like, wow, Mom, I got everything I could ever wish for. You know, that sentence is just stuck in my mind. Like, I'm so happy that I can give that to him, that he can experience that. And also, like, when our daughter, when it was her birthday, to take her and her whole like school class to this play, place, and just, yeah, pay for it all, like, and like give these beautiful experiences to the kids, is like the top of the list of the values. So
Definitely.
so the important thing is, like, what do you value and what do you spend your time on? Is that taking you to closer to those values or further away from those values? And like, what question could be more important than that? Like, in my world, I'm so happy we dared to, face those fears and the resistance and had the fights, and, but we stuck to the higher vision that, I mean, you have to have the belief that it's possible for you, for everyone to actually achieve that vision. When you have that faith, you're gonna get there, whether it's like with our model, someone else's model, whatever.
Definitely.
But it's, we haven't found anything better like out there, and it's working for us and so many other
that's
people.
what I want to say, is that even if you like choose to work with us, or if you're looking at this now and you're drawn to maybe something else or whatever, I just highly suggest that if you need time, more time, look at something that you can work, that you can set up and automate, that will make money for you when you sleep. That's the only way I see that it's the most easy way to find a steady income on the side.
And the income frees time.
Definitely.
That's it. Like, and yeah, just throw away, because all these negative thoughts, and they just want to make money, or this and that, or my parents said, or it must be a scam, There is this little chatter on everyone's shoulder, and we had it too. But it's that you have to kind of move through to actually get to your vision, right? So don't let anything stop you to believe that you are worthy of your time. You're worthy of having that bigger vision come true and manifest for you. And it is possible to do that. And if you just start at looking at things for real as it is, and not like put any sugar coating on it, and then, okay, I look, where am I at? Where do I want to be? What are the exact steps? Like, how do I actually get there? That's what we've done, and also gotten amazing mentorship in that on the way, of people that have actually achieved this already, that they give exactly the model, exactly the steps, exactly like you just can't like lose, if you get that kind of high level mentorship that we have had the blessing to receive.
It's about changing yourself from the inside. That's a tough one, because many of us are so negative. We grew up with this, we are taught this by our parents and stuff. But as I said, if you look at the wealthiest people in the world, they have always talked about, you have to change your inside if you want the outside to change. So we can wish for hope, or we can hope that we can go gamble or whatever. We can live in that mindset, or we can change ourselves and create whatever we want, But it takes time and it takes work. But it's totally doable for everyone.
Yeah. And it's funny, when we talk to, I mean, hundreds, if not thousands of people, I don't know how many we've talked to during these years, and such a, ordinary excuse for not creating time freedom is that, or financial freedoms, like, oh, no, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the, the skill sets But it's like, yeah, but that's what you want to
That's
create,
exactly what
right? That is what you are going to get, you know. And I think as entrepreneurs for most of our lives, I think at least we came with some, you know, as an entrepreneur, you have to kind of be creative in your thinking. It's like, okay, there is a block, like a car broke down or someone or you have to go out. You just have to solve it. Like you just have to fix it. It's up to you. And we have that with us. So, you know, if something comes up and also like with financial things, like, yeah, we just sell a car there or we borrow money there, like you can solve it. And to have that creative mindset, you know, when you set out on the new path.
Or the mindset of, I don't take no for an answer.
No, exactly. Like there's a block. Okay, how do I get over it? Like, do I blow it up? Do I have a ladder? Do I like, okay, I ask for some advice here, someone else, has someone else climbed over that block? Like, oh, they did it that way. Okay, good. Then in a sense, like, yeah, you just gotta succeed like with whatever you do when you just, you know, drop the you know, yeah, that's when it comes from within, when you do the inner work and you start to be creative and you start to not take everything like super serious. It's less like, okay, how do I solve this, let's make it happen, you know. Then yeah, we'll come real far, baby. I mean it is such a freedom and such a, you know, relaxation as well when you come there. And really wish that we can, you know, that you want to join us or that we can mentor you, because that's our passion now. Like when you have it all yourself, well, guess what? The passion you get is to give it to others, because it's such an amazing experience to be where we're at the moment. Okay, guys, thank you for listening. Yeah, what do you say? Yeah, I think we're done around time freedom, and we want you to be sovereign, to be free, to be thriving. And actually, shouldn't we put some links to some of the books we talked about?
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Do that like underneath the podcast. There you can actually like listen to them even on Spotify and stuff. So actually, like one we've been reading recently is Think and Grow Rich. Some of you might have read it, but it's like one of the books that most billionaires and millionaires in the world actually use. And it is super powerful. It's about setting your intentions, like even writing a script that you read every morning, every evening. And it's also like looking at like the different steps that you actually practically can take to move forward in your life and to break through that, you know, stuckness or being in the grind or in the 9 to 5. Like yeah, we all just want all of you to be free, to be sovereign, to be out of the matrix. And that's one of the tools.
And it's so cool. I've been doing that inner work so much. And when I do that, we really see stuff also moving in the outside. And also seeing my relationships grow. You know, I've had been stuck in a few relationships. When I do this inner work, it's not only about thinking and grow rich in money, it's thinking and grow rich with everything, like your emotions and your relationships. And I've seen my relationships flourish. Kind of amazing.
It is.
Like you all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like being stuck with someone in kind of a conflict or whatever, that just dissolves. When you see that happens, that really makes you believe this stuff, and it's super powerful. And it's like a book from the 1930s. You know,
it's old knowledge.
It's old knowledge, and most of the like self-help books or whatever that's come is based on this book. So that was used. It was written by Napoleon Hill, but it was like the story of Andrew Carnegie and these really rich steel magnates and oil magnates back then, and they used these principles to think and grow rich.
Mm.
And that's what really we are talking about here, that you also can do with your life to overcome mental hurdles and negative self-image. And if nothing, you know, really to overcome your self-image, if you have a negative one, it's really worth doing that, you know. Just to have a happier life.
Exactly,
you know?
and peace of mind. It actually shifts your mindset so powerfully. Like you
when we are in a negative mindset, we think we're gonna, you know, be the more nagging and negative. We try to find our way out through that level of consciousness, but that never works. You're just making stuff even worse. And you really need to shift and build a new image of yourself. And couple that with a really good you know, economical vehicle, and you're set.
Sounds so simple, right?
Yeah.
No, but we believe in you, and we really hope you got some value from this. And we're going to continue to just share our experiences, and we're just being raw, real, and we're just ordinary people like anyone else that have chose this path, and I'm very happy about it. And yeah, really hope you enjoyed it, and share and like, and just, you know, join our group, our Facebook group, where we're gonna have more and more events and things happening for you, Sovereign Free Life. And also go to sovereignfree.life, and you can see if you want to just jump right into more detailed information about who we are and what we're doing. So welcome.
Okay.
So thank you so much for today.
Bye-bye.